Hey baby dolls, if you've been following crypto cycles, you'll know by now the crowd prices things in and the crowd consensus is wrong. They're always bullish at the tops. People do the most euphoric things at the tops. And then when things go down, it goes down just far enough and just long enough to make them fully regret everything, capitulate and sell. But I'm just trying to seek truth out here. I'm trying to see what everyone's weak point is. And this is the truth, and we can't deny this, right? So I'm going to use PulseX as an example, friends. PulseX is up 650% off the low. Now you're wondering, what's the concern with that? That's big, man. That's a big move. Now you might say, no, it doesn't count. We dropped low. Why doesn't it count? Ask you, is it because you didn't add any bullets? See, the market doesn't care about me and you, friends. I'm trying to figure out this answer. Now, actually, what I've actually started to notice for myself, this is your friend Somi here speaking with a straight back and a very, very warm jumper and fluffy slivers on. I'm noticing this. As we move along the cycle, the critical danger points where the crowd is wrong, I've noticed the backlash becomes larger in volume. People get more snarkier with their comments and they get way more aggressive. And obviously, I don't really care. I can palm you off all day, but I'm not here to do that. See, I'm here to win. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's high, what's low. I'm trying to see where's everyone caught out. In a nutshell, I'm not going to be wasting my time making like long, convoluted essays to try to explain to people, here is the thesis of why you're wrong here and there. I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's not my job here. I'm literally here to win. Okay, I'm here for blood. Okay, just like how all the influencers pumped and dumped on us in the past cycle, they were here for their payday. Yes, now we have to win. You understand? We have to win. It's our turn. Now, of course, I already won last cycle, but I'm helping you. Okay, I'm on your team. We're outsiders together. So what I want to tell you, this is what I want to tell you. I want to tell you that we haven't even started yet. There's plenty of room to go. That's what I want to hear as well. Okay, but the truth is, we've been going up for 2 months of the year. And we know Altseasons only last 3 to 4 months. And we're like, uh-oh, wait a minute. There's no way this thing's only going to last 2 months. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Altseasons don't keep running and running and running. They don't do that. They go up, they have these short, sharp moves, very, very short windows of time. Then they stop, and then basically they'll rinse out, and they go again. But it's a long rinsing out process when they do that. And the moves are aggressive. So PulseX has moved up 650% off its low. So what people will try to tell you is they'll say, oh, we've got to go much, much, much higher because we haven't even moved yet. Yeah, we have moved. All right, we have moved. It's just that you didn't buy the bottom. No one buys the bottom, friends. You see, that's why, yes, you're going to figure it out again. If you are in with everybody else, you get the average return. You get the crowd consensus return. And it sucks. But if you, like me, were adding bullets while you were vomiting your own kidneys and blood on the floor, as Richard Hart is posted by the corrupt SEC for being corrupt and a securities deal and all these other fake accusations by the corrupt scum, those people who put every penny extra there, they reap the rewards. They win. It's just like in Bitcoin, friends. Okay, it's literally the same story with Bitcoin. You see, in Bitcoin, people who bought when Bitcoin was in danger from Grayscale liquidating and FTX, you get your $20,000 to $16,000 price. You reap the reward here, okay? Buying after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green monthly candles on the Wall Street ETF, you know that ain't going to work out well, is it? Because people getting in now, just to show you, right, where's the top going to be for them? I mean, you know, friends, even if Bitcoin goes to your freaking 100K, you're going to get 2x from today. All right, so I'm just trying to tell you that, yeah, what I want to hear is that the moves hasn't started. But if we look at reality, man, PulseX is up 7.5x from the low. What do you mean the move hasn't started? Like, of course, 7.5x, that's a big move, okay? But obviously, I'm tongue-in-cheek here. What do people really mean? They mean, this is the game, man. They're basically telling you they were too scared to add at those lows. They were way too scared. They didn't want to look at it. They didn't add. And now that it's come back, they're hoping for higher. Right? So The big alt season though, the big alt season will be when Bitcoin breaks 69K. That's what we're ultimately holding for. So I'm trying to just prepare you. Your bags might not go as much. So if you look at the altcoin index, friends, it's got about 50% to go in terms of market cap valuation. But it could be 2x, 50% to 2x in terms of the billions of dollars to add from today's point. That's the whole altcoin index. And you actually see it right now. It's part 2. See, we're in part 1, friends. We just finished part 1. Now you get to see this final flush up, hopefully. Now, obviously, we don't know, man. It doesn't have to stop. What if it stops up here? We don't know, but I'm just guessing here. Just what I've done is I've drawn a line to recover Q1 of 2022, because that's where Bitcoin is right now. It's recovering Q1 of 2022. It's about plus 50%. So if your bags from today, in that move, if you do a 2x, you think that's a failure, but it's not a failure, because the index is going 50%. So if you did a 2x, you went double the index. If you did a 4x, my gosh, all right, you did even more amount. You get an 8 times. That's a big 4x, by the way. And what I say that number 4x, I'll show you. 4x, if you add up Richard Hart's market cap, for example, 4x brings Richard Hart back to hex 25 cents. Of January 2022. That is a 4x from today. It's around 3 to 4x. The real number is like, from 24 on 6, actually a 4x, actually it's 22 on 6, which is 3.6, 3.7x. So you're killing it at that point. I know it doesn't feel like you're killing it. You're like, triple, but the markets don't work like that, baby dolls. There's diminishing gains. There's more people coming in. There's people coming in. Friends, it's harder to move bigger parts of liquidity. So this is where we're seeing these numbers move out. And man, you got to think about it. If we do another 2x from here, sure, I want a lot more. But that means, from the low, PulseX did 15x. That's huge. 15x from the low. And then there's probably going to be another wave. I know. Like 15x from the low. We're measuring from day one sack. No, friends, this is just trying to tell you, you have to accept reality for what it is. Too many people joined in with us. You can't escape. It's a shackle around your neck. There's literally no way to escape unless you super DCA buy lower bags. That's it. That's why I've been telling you, man, buying the depression. If only I had a friend out here making thousands of videos saying, oh, it hurts, but we're still cheap. If only, right? So you're getting to see this, okay? Don't forget again, the big alt season will be Bitcoin breaking the all-time high. When's that going to happen? No one knows. You say, okay, what if we just repeat every 4-year cycle? End of this year. Okay, so if you remember, May 2020 was the Bitcoin halvening, which is the 5th month of the year. Bitcoin started breaking the high 6 months later. 6 to 7 months later. I think it was around 7 months later. So it's December. So if you go to April this year, that's month number 4, that's where the Bitcoin halvening is. If we move 7 months after that, it's November this year. That's if the 4-year cycle repeats exactly the same, that's what happens. We don't know if it's going to happen exactly the same. We're just guessing. Completely guessing. I don't know. 4 out of 4. But there's another caveat here. Altcoins, they don't go nuts in that month. Bitcoin's got to stop. Because last time what happens is Bitcoin thrashed up in December 2020, January 2021. Then Feb is when it started the alt season. So if you do this number, friends, count this. Feb, March, April. 3 months. Okay? 3 months. Richard Hart called the top, April 21. Now, there were residual pumps in May. That's when Doge season happened, the very, very final one. It's like the final critical month. So you can add them if you want, 4 months. Okay? 3rd month is where you get super dangerous. 4th month, you got to be exit because you don't know that 4th month's coming. But you can count 4 if you want. Think about it. The whole bull market out of 4 years is 4 months. So now we're looking at when is Bitcoin going to break all-time high 69K? Don't know yet. This could be the mid-season, mid-cycle stuff. And unfortunately, the reality is when altcoins, our high-risk stuff, see friends, they basically throw you in a room, they put a bag over your head, they choke you, they beat you, they slap you, put hot candle, wax over your nipples, they just choke you out, kick you in the nuts, and step on your kneecaps, and then they give you a piece of candy. Okay, that's basically altcoins. Now, how does that transfer to the charts? It basically might mean that, let's go to this. It might mean that this year, okay, see how we go this up, down, but this is where 2025 is. We might find that we go sideways and we've rinsed everybody out for this. Now, on the chart, you look at this, you're like, hey, that doesn't look that bad. I know it doesn't look that bad, friends, but look, this doesn't look that bad on a chart either. But this is freaking 6 to 7 months of not gaining. That's a long time. That's a lot of pain. But at least we're not going to zero, right? That just could be the next leg. So I'm just helping you to prepare for that. Now, I saw some soy boys in the comment section. There's always soy boys that appear. One guy is basically saying, you got to work on your messaging because I was about to click sell. Click sell, bro. Click sell. If words on the internet make you click sell of anything, you weren't that convicted. Okay? You're not that convicted. That's literally like you're in a relationship and somebody on the street says, hey, leave that soy drinker. He's a little bitch. And then she walks away from you. Then I've got to break it to you, bro. She never loved you in the first place. Do you understand? Like a guy on the street is telling you to leave. She wasn't that convicted on you anyway. She doesn't have diamond hands. She had paper hands for you. Okay? It's literally the exact same thing. If someone's words make you let go of something, you have no one to blame but yourself. Okay? Because this crypto industry is super volatile. There are no rules. Everybody's trying to like filter out information at hyper fast speed. You have to guarantee yourself, okay, you're going to go through rugs. You're going to go through things going down. Not everything's going to be perfect. Everyone's trying to filter out stuff that's going on. And I'm doing this all, like, for example, for free, mind you. So you can go figure out all the other people. Everyone's trying to filter and do everything else now. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, okay? Because why? Because I like it. But if it gets annoying, I stop. So I just go do my own thing, keep doing my own thing, okay? So it is what it is. Now, traditionally, don't forget, Bitcoin breaking the all-time high 6 months after Bitcoin halving. So this doesn't mean it's over. This is the next immediate move. Traditionally, what happens? Why this is important is when we get there, the next part ain't so nice. The next part is the rinse. And that rinse sucks. Now, people are going to be very controversial with that rinse because some people are going to say Bitcoin's going to 10K. Some people are going to say Bitcoin's going to 20 or 30. Or 35 or 40, everyone's going to have an opinion. That's the minimal bears. Most people, because we had the ETF, they're not going to say 10, 20, 30, 40. They're probably going to be saying 80, 90, 100, 120. But when we go down, then they go, oh, not 120, we're going to 12K. So expect this volatility. That's what happens. But if we are halfway through, the final move is the fastest as Bitcoin distributes sideways. It could be a faster 2 to 4x move from here when it finally gets going. This is Vitalik, right? Just looking you dead into the eyes, a 4,000 IQ alien. Only DCA buyers get satisfied though, and that's why Altseason is only truly great when Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. I can't stress that enough. So I'm just protecting you. If you look at your portfolio and we're up like a 2x from here in 60 days, you're up 2x. And it's euphoric and Bitcoin's distributing and you're seeing these random peppy coins and other stuff pop up, but your bags are up 2x and you don't like that number. You're like, there's no way I'm getting out because you're not going to believe me, friends. I'm going to be telling you, yeah, man, next leg could be lower. We could be rinsed for 6 months. You're not going to like that part. But I don't really care, okay? You listen to me for the truth. So if that happens, it's still okay. Okay, now, why? I'm just guessing, but it's because the danger one is Bitcoin breaking the all-time high. By danger, I mean that's the one you have to get out on. You can't take any risk in that. That's too many weak hands entering. This one is only Bitcoin 50K, okay? If Bitcoin has a 7 in front of it, $70,000 plus, that's the big distribution we've got to be worried about because, we're hoping when Bitcoin distributes there, we are thrusting altcoins up a lot to do that. However, you got to remember diminishing gains, fourth cycle. There's the yield curve. We're going to wait. Are they going to print money again? There's 1,000 things and macro stuff. We just push that to the side. Okay. But all we can go off is this. That's literally all we can do. We just go off like, okay, sweet. If you had to put like a formula rule for yourself. Okay. Basically, if you don't want to take the risk, as long as Bitcoin is under the all-time high, hold at all costs. That's basically a formula. It doesn't mean your coin can rug. Some of your coins will rug. Some of your coins will never recover. Some of mine too. They'll just never recover and they never go anywhere. Okay, and some of us they'll surprise us to the upside when the bull comes. So that's one basic for me. And that's not me talking, that's the charts talking. You go back to the freaking the past 3 cycles as long as Bitcoin is under the all-time high, you've always got another big spin coming. Basically a spin on the lottery machine, okay? On the slot machine. When it does break the all-time high and starts to distribute, that's the one to watch out for, because such a big rush of money has come in. People are like, I gotta get in, Bitcoin's got a new high. That's all we can go off, friends. Doesn't matter. Yes, because that's all we have. That's just all we have. You make all your theories. Maybe this time something's going to be different. I don't know. But I don't see any leverage now, which is what I like. You don't see it either. So we just got to be ready, right? What would make me like really concerned for the next year is if the portfolio pump goes up too high, too fast in the next 2 months. And I'll be literally saying, guys, we shouldn't be making this money now. But that's bullish case. Those things, I've never heard anybody say that. Okay. Have you ever heard anybody say that? Have you ever heard anybody saying, well, I just made so much money so fast, I've got to get out and now we've got to behave? No. You're never satisfied. The greed doesn't obviously, effects doesn't stop. Okay. So this is where we could be right now, the final flush. Okay. And it's very short time. But look at this, friends. Look back here. This is exactly here. You had part one. This is November, December. Okay, January here. And then you had part two, January, February, March. This is February, March, April, right here. And then May was this crash. See, it's exactly happened right here. It's the exact same thing. We just had it here. Look at part one, flushing up, and then part two, some sort of big hop. But remember, look at this. There was nothing going on here in altcoins. Nothing. It actually didn't even happen badly. It happened at the very end. So, yes. Duration of time is sweet because it goes exponential. You know what exponential is, right? You know, if you're going to travel a big far distance, you know, it's going to take you, literally, it's going to take us 4 months to travel that distance. We've already traveled halfway of the time, but you're like, oh, wait a minute, maybe we're 20% of the gains left, or 20% of the gains through. Maybe there's a 5x to go. Don't lock onto that number because you just got to be watch out for euphoria. You see any of these Joker cards that come out. You never know, man. Andrew Tate releases a coin. Ty Lopez comes back. You just don't know how crazy people will get when they really know, oh, Bitcoin halvening's here. Because why are they coming here, friends? They're coming this year because they think the suckers are coming next year. Okay? That's why they're coming this year. They're seeing Bitcoin ETF, JP Mosquito distributing the Bitcoin ETF. They're looking at it and they're like, oh yeah, isn't it 1 year after the Bitcoin halvening or the emotional suckers come? Sweet, so I've got to buy now. But everybody's thinking like that, looking to the left and the right. That's why this alt season coming up, I want it to be super aggressive and super fast so we're rewarded. But if it doesn't, and it's just a 4-year cycle repeating exactly the same, that'll like surprise me, but we're just following the formula. And that'll actually be the best case of all. That means like basically the universe has changed nothing. And we can actually see stuff where no one else believes it. Okay, like, subscribe, bit, but no, tell mum and dad, love them, catch you soon.